We all have worries. We all have fears. I'm going to share with you a couple of my fears and worries. I fear for my old hometown tonight, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm worried that there may be unrest. Another fear I have is this pandemic. I wonder when we can come back to normalcy, when life could be like it was. I wonder and worry if we'll ever be able to get there. Another worry of mine is our nation. Our nation seems to be going farther and farther and farther apart. And I worry, whatever happens to one nation under God? These are some of my worries. I'm sure you all have worries too. The readings today tell us that despite our fears, despite our worries, to have courage, to have faith, to keep going forward. Look at that first reading. It's a real testament of courage. Jeremiah. Remember me telling you that Jeremiah had survived 4 assassination attempts. And if you read the book, it's by the grace of God himself. That God protects him. God has his back. And the passage just before what we heard today, Jeremiah really blasts God. He says, Lord, you duped me. You tricked me. If I knew it was going to be this hard to be your prophet, to be your messenger, I never would have signed up. I never would have said yes. But then you look at the reading today, he kind of comes around. He says, even though people are denouncing me, even though people want my head, Jeremiah says, I know, God, you are with me. I know, God, you've got my back. Now that's courage. That is faith. And then you look at the gospel today, Jesus is ready to send out the 12. They're going to go out and spread the good news, preach, teach, heal. And he warns them, this is not always going to be easy. This is going to be a little difficult. It's going to be challenging. And some people are not going to be receptive to you. But press on. Have faith. Be courageous. Don't let fear overwhelm you. Because Jesus knows if we get overwhelmed by fear, we'll withdraw. We'll do nothing. And so Jesus says, keep at it. Keep going. Because you are worth so much more than sparrows. And if God knows about every single sparrow that's on the face of the earth, Jesus says, how much more for you? And so I think that gives us some hope. I think that helps us to realize that, despite our worries, despite our fears, we can't just let it envelop us. We have to be like Jeremiah. Courage, faith, press on. Don't let fear overwhelm. Let me give you a good example. His name was King Christian, and this guy really lived up to his name. Now you remember last year I told you a story about King Christian, that during World War II he saved thousands and thousands of Jews. He was king of Denmark during World War II. The Nazis had occupied. Let me tell you another story. In this one, the Nazis had, of course, overtaken Denmark, the whole country and everything. And they started putting the Nazi flags on top of government buildings. And King Christian said, no, you can't do that. That goes against the agreement. We agreed that our country's flag is still going to fly. But the Nazis ignored him. So then King Christian gives this ultimatum. He says, if you don't take down that flag at noon, then I'm going to send a soldier to do it. It's 1 hour. It's 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., and that Nazi flag is still flying high over a government building. And so he rings up the Nazi leadership again. He said, I'm going to get a soldier there. And the Nazis said, well, if that soldier comes, we're just going to shoot him. And you know what King Christian said? Well, I want you to know I'm going to be that soldier. They took down the flag. That is courage. That is faithfulness. That is love for country and love for God. I want to close with just a short little prayer from St. Teresa of Avila. She lived in the 16th century in Spain. And she has a beautiful, beautiful short little prayer I just wanted to share with you because When there are times when you feel overwhelmed, or when you really get worried, or you really get scared, this is your go-to prayer. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing. God never changes. Patient endurance obtains all things. Who God possesses, in nothing is wanting. God alone suffices. Amen.